Mrs. Gale, where are you? We've got a lesson to film.
Rah!
Mrs. Gale, what are you doing?
Just chilling under your sink with a bit of hand wash.
Are you stealing my hand wash?
Yeah, I mean, these things are like gold dust right now.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong?
Don't know, but I prefer it when I'm in here rather than teaching with you.
Mrs. Gale, we've got a lesson to teach. Get out of there. Hurry up.
Oh, God.
Hello, boys and girls. What are you doing?
I'm just still holding my trophy. I'm just super proud of myself. I was really good. Okay, all right, fine.
Right, boys and girls, this is a very different video. So it's Miss Mia and
Mrs. Gale.
As you've been away, I know this is not the kind of year you expected, the end of the year, and we completely appreciate it. We didn't expect it either.
It's definitely been a year that I think we'll both remember.
For various reasons, including these videos. So as a result, we have decided, myself, Miss Logan, Mrs. Gale, Miss Lockie, Mr. James, we want to do something special for you guys. So we're still going to make a yearbook, and just so you have something to take away to commemorate your time at HGS, because you've spent the past 4 years here, or 3.5, 3.5 years here, and you've all made some amazing memories, you've all had some amazing experiences. And we thought it'd be a really nice way of actually finishing year 6.
And I know that quite a couple of you kind of joined in year 6, but are still being a valued member of year 6.
Absolutely.
And you've slotted into the classes so well. Even those people that appeared right towards the end, kind of in March time, end of February, you slotted into our classes like a dream. So It's our way of like hoping that you remember.
And remembering the good times in HJS.
Yeah.
If we had a memory book for us, Mrs. Gale, what would it be full of?
Oh gosh.
Too much.
Too much. It'd be huge.
So this is actually what the yearbook looks like. So this is last year's copy. Right, so boys and girls, you all have your own individual yearbook, and inside the yearbook we have lots of different things that happen. We have class pages. We also have messages from you guys as well, so you each have your own information here as well. So we need a bit of help from you in order to get this done by a certain time frame.
And
so it's
printed
ready.
and sent off to the printers.
So it's ready for you to use.
Yeah.
So what we need you to do is the following, and I'm going to go through everything in a moment, so just bear with, and hopefully you shouldn't have any questions by the end. If you do, ask your parents to email in. That'd be absolutely fine. Right, so this is going to be your personal blurb. So in the yearbook, you will all have your own, you'll have your class section, and each of you will have your own personal space, hopefully. So depending on how the formatting and everything goes, it might be slightly different to what you see now, but we still need the same information from you.
And the questions will be slightly different as well. So we have to edit the questions each year, just depending on the year group, depending on your situation as well. So you notice they might have things like up here that you might not have the opportunity to talk to. Okay. Talk about, sorry.
So for example, we've got some questions here. So the question was, what would you like to do when you're older? And this is a child's response. So you'll have your questions, you'll have a response, you'll have your name as well, and your picture too. But in order to put all this information together, we need a bit of help from you guys, okay? And this is where you need to listen very, very carefully. And if you listen very carefully, you shouldn't have any questions. And the beauty of this video is you can pause it and you can re-listen to the information. And this document is also going to be on the school website, okay? So it's all going to be on the school website. So hopefully you will not have any questions by the end, because we believe we're quite clear, don't we? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to start reading it to you from the beginning. So it says yearbook questions. Hello Year 6. As you all know, we are working hard to put together a yearbook to commemorate your time at HGS. In order for us to put this yearbook together, we need your help. We need your help, boys and girls. So below are a set of questions and a set of instructions, okay? Please follow this information carefully and ensure that you send your work in on time. Now, you guys are going to start secondary school, and being on time is the most important thing you need to get yourself to do. And you need to get into a routine. So this is going to be a huge test for lots of you. So instructions, I'm going to read this to you. Select 3 questions, and all of this will make sense in a moment. Select 3 questions from the list below. That's step number 1. Step number 2. Type a response for all 3 questions. You must type out the question and your answer. Remember to punctuate your work carefully, check your spellings, and write in full sentences. And we're going to model one for you in a moment, not just yet. That's step number 2. Step number 3, once complete, ask a member of your family to email your responses to the following school address. So it's the info@ email address with your full name, and you must have your full name and class in the subject of the email. Now, if you're not sure what the subject is, your parents or your family member will know. So in an email, when you compose an email, you always have the sender. So here, you'd have the info@ information. And then in the subject here, right here where it says subject, you'll have your name and your class.
So I would have Mrs. Gale, 6G.
And here you'd have the email address for info@. Okay? And then number 4, it says send your responses by Friday the 22nd of June. Coming Friday. Okay? Really important. Now what I would do when you are typing your responses, I would get up a Word document, myself personally, type out the question, type out your response, tell your family member when you're finished, and then they can copy and paste all that information into an email. Okay? And that way, you can check your spellings and so on as well. So, the questions. So here are the yearbook questions. There are 6 in total. And if you remember the set of instructions, Mrs. Gale, how many questions do you need to pick?
You only need to pick 3.
Just 3 out of the 6 questions. Just any 3. Okay? And you don't have to do it in order, so you don't need to do 1, 2, and 3. You might choose to do 2, 5, and 6. You might choose to do 1, 3, and 6.
But it's no less than 3. It must be 3 because the page that you'll be given, where you have your little photo and you have the information about yourself, it's got enough space for 3 questions. And if you only have 1 or 2, there's going to be a big blank space near your area, and it will look really odd in the book.
But also, if we don't get enough responses, we will have to do something slightly different with the formatting as well. So it's really important that you do follow the instructions down to a T.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the questions. What has been your favourite activity and why?
What are you most looking forward to in secondary school?
What will you miss most about Hampton Junior School, HJS?
What do you want to be when you're older and why?
What has been the biggest change in you since starting HJS? So that could be if you started in year 4, that's fine. If you started in year 6, that's okay as well. So what's changed the most about you?
And what are you the most proud of and why? So thinking about your school time here, and that doesn't have to be just in year 6, that could be any year group, and you think, I was really proud that I did that. I know that sometimes in the past people have written about house captains, if they represented the school in a tournament, if they've achieved something well academically, so they've worked really, really hard on something and they feel much more confident on it. There's
Like
so
primary
many different
maths,
things.
it could be the speech competition,
Yeah.
it could be swimming gala, because that's a massive thing as well. So loads of things that lots of you, I'm sure, will be proud of during your time at HJS.
Yeah, and some of you just might be more independent and more confident now. I know that's actually some pupils wrote last year that their confidence had improved a lot. I know kind of we're under lockdown, but if you kind of reflect back onto your time in year 6 when you were here, that's what we want you to write about.
Absolutely. So if we go and model an example, so here we've got the question. So I always put Q, so that kind of refers to it as a question. Q, what will you miss most about HJS? And Mrs. Gale's going to give me an answer, and I'm going to type the answer. Mrs. G, what will you miss most about HJS?
Well, I'm trying to put myself into the shoes of a year 6 child, and I know that some year 6 children will talk about Bude. Other year 6 children will talk about the teachers and the support and their friends. So where do you think I should go with this, Miss Mia?
Wherever you want to go with it. Maybe start
Okay.
with...
Firstly.
Yeah.
Firstly, I will miss
All the incredible
All the-
visits.
all the incredible visits. That's nothing to do with what I've said, but okay.
No, because you're talking about
I
Bude,
know, I'm just
especially
choosing.
Bude. So all
Visits.
the incredible visits I have been on.
Especially Bude.
Especially Bude. And then we can use a contrastive, or no, an additive
Additive.
conjunction.
Furthermore,
Furthermore, yeah.
I will certainly miss all the amazing friends I've made.
Oh, amazing. Friends I have made. And all of the supportive staff.
Yeah,
And
and
teachers.
all of the teachers, LSAs, don't forget your LSAs. I know that Mrs. Rowan, Miss Cusack, and lots of other people. Miss Bell have also kind of worked a huge amount with a lot of you. So it's really important that actually you kind of acknowledge that.
So if I was writing from 6G's perspective and I was answering this question, I might say, in particular, Mrs. Gale. And
Brownie
Mrs.
points.
Rowan.
Yeah.
So if I just read you that response, so what will you miss most about HGS, Mrs. Gale? Off you go.
Firstly, I will miss all the incredible visits I have been on, especially Bute. Furthermore, I will certainly miss all the amazing friends I have made and all of the supportive staff at the school, in particular Mrs. Gale and Mrs. Rowan. You'll notice there's about 2 or 3 sentences per question. So if you're kind of thinking, how much do I write? I'd say 2 sentences, really. 1 sentence isn't very much, so 2 sentences, and then you can use this as an example.
I'm going to write, I will definitely miss. Because if you write firstly, it makes it seem like you're going to make lots of points, and we've only made 2 points.
I will miss definitely.
I will definitely miss, sorry.
Okay.
You know what you won't miss? My grammatical errors.
No.
I will
Definitely.
miss all the incredible visits I've been on, especially Bude, as it was such great fun.
Yeah.
And that's an adverb you can add at the end.
Yeah, you can also use because if you want to explain a point, don't forget.
Furthermore, I will certainly miss all the amazing friends I've made and all the supportive staff at this school. In particular, so we've got that comma there, remember, to separate the clauses. In particular, Mrs. Gale and Mrs. Rowan.
Mhm.
So we are expecting 3 questions
Yeah.
with 3 responses. Okay, really, really important that you do that. Okay, so we have enough information from each child. In years to come, you're going to sit there when you're a
Yeah.
bit older, and you're going to be like, oh, I want to reminisce about my time at Hampton Junior School, possibly.
Yeah.
And I want to look back on all the friends I had and so on.
I've still got my yearbooks from school.
Don't interrupt.
I've still got my
Um,
yearbooks from school. You wanted to know, didn't you?
And I still got mine as well, to be fair. And you might be sitting there and think, oh, do you know, oh, I remember this memory. Oh, I remember this person so much. But the other thing you need to remember, whatever you type as a response, we will all be proofreading everything anyway. So we'll be checking. But you need to remember that whatever you put as a response will be in that book printed for years to come. So don't type anything or don't type a response if you feel like you're not going to be happy to see it when you're older, or if you're going to be a bit embarrassed about reading that response when you're older, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've just also got to remember that whatever you put in that, your year group, they're going to read it. Okay. So if you're writing a response like it, that's a bit silly, you've got to bear in mind that how many children are there? 180. How many children in our cohort?
About
No, 80.
90?
Yeah,
89?
90. Yeah. 89 children are possibly going to read that, and probably their parents and family.
yeah,
So
so
you
it's
just gotta
really important
bear in
to
mind.
just be mature with
Yeah.
your responses and really careful with what you say.
Yeah.
So just to reiterate the instructions, remember you can pause this video at any time. All this information will be up on the website
Yeah.
as well. So number 1, select 3 questions from the list below. Number 2, type a response for all 3 questions. You must type out the question and your answer. Remember to punctuate your work carefully, check your spellings, and write in full sentences. Really important. So we've got an example here. Number 3, once complete, ask a member of your family to email your responses to the following school address with your full name and class in the subject of the email. And number 4, send your response by Friday the 22nd of June. Okay, so we want to get them in and start reading them because we have a deadline where we
Yeah.
need to give all the information to the printing company and so on. And actually someone needs to put the book together and design the book before it goes to the printer. So we need to give that person enough time to do that as well. So on your timetable for this week, the Monday afternoon section, it says it's a dedicated whole afternoon for you to do your yearbook response. So we haven't given you any other work to do. We just want you to do your yearbook response and send it back as soon as possible. So hopefully Monday or Tuesday we will start getting in lots of information, and myself, Miss Logan and Miss Gale will be going through all of the work and we'll be ticking off all the responses that we have. Don't worry if you can't email it in, that's absolutely fine. We can sort something out if we need to. It could be that you write out your responses and you can drop it off at the school,
Yep.
drop it off by the office, or hopefully, we're hoping, fingers crossed, that in a few weeks' time, you guys will be coming back soon, so you can bring it in with you, but on that particular date as
Yeah,
well.
1st June.
But we will be making phone calls at some point this week and next week anyway. So if you do have any concerns about this, then please do share your concerns with us if you do have any. But this is quite a straightforward activity to do. Please think about it. Please reflect on what you are going to say. And hopefully at the end of the year you'll have something amazing to take back and actually remember HES by.
Yeah, that would be really nice. I think we're really gutted that actually we didn't have the full year with you, and we talk about it quite a bit, and we talk about, we know that you've missed out on a few things in year 6, but hopefully the videos have kept you going. There have been some really nice emails and responses from pupils, which is great, and also this is something to remember us by, and actually for you to reflect on, and under difficult and strange times have something actually that's really positive, and you have had such a great time at Hampton Juniors.
Absolutely. So hopefully we'll see you all soon.
Yeah.
And take care, guys.
Take care, stay
Bye.
safe.